Hello everybody, it is me Nosy, and just by the way, just FYI, this video has nothing to do with the announcement I put up on the Nosy and Storm podcast. This is entirely a different video. The reason why I'm making a different video talking about this specific movie by myself, is more or less because, we're having to kind of record the episode again that me and Sam did because there was lip sync issues, and I genuinely wasn't happy with the video before I uploaded it. So I've trashed it, and I've said to Sam, you know what, when we've got the time, we'll do it again because I wasn't very happy with the overall idea of it. It was kind of rubbish. Plus lip sync and everything. Because I am a little bit of a perfectionist when it comes to something like that. When it comes to video, I like my lip sync to be not like one of these really crummy dub Chinese or whatever Chinese like martial art movies where they're speaking English but yet the mouth still flips like really badly. Yeah, I don't want anything like that to happen in my videos. That's one thing I don't like to happen. So yes, let me move straight on with this video. As you can see or know or hear, I'm doing this in audio format really because I really, you know what, there ain't a reason for it. I'm just doing it as an audio format. Why the hell not? This is my channel, by the way, so however I do videos doesn't necessarily have to be the same each time I do them. As long as it's a video of me voicing my opinion, it's essentially the same thing. So yes, I just got back from seeing Transformers Age of Extinction for a second time, and I just wanted to voice my opinion finally on the specific movie because I've not spoken anything ever since the movie was released. I haven't said a damn dicky bird about it in a video whatsoever. So I want to talk about it just briefly on my own, and then we're going to go into more detail with Sam because that's more fairer on Sam because I'm not sure. I mean, Sam has uploaded a video yesterday, but I don't know what it was. I haven't actually seen it yet. I'm not sure if it is Age of Extinction related or not, but I will check that out after I've made this video just to make sure what the hell that was about. But yes, so Transformers Age of Extinction. I'm not going to go into the nitty gritty. I'm just going to basically give you an overall what I thought about it and what basically just like that. But then I'm going to go to the nitty gritty finer details with Samboy when we do our little Nosy and Storm podcast segment video thingy, whatever. Some people probably would call us a podcast. We really aren't really a podcast, to be honest. We don't do it audio anymore. It's a video. It's very open based. Is our little thing now. We do it as a group, as a video between us, but we call it Nosy and Storm podcast because, well, we can because I created that name. So yes, let's move it on. So, Age of Extinction, seen it for the second time, and I will have to say I actually enjoyed it more second time than I went to see it originally. I think originally when I went to see it, I felt a little bit that I kind of spoilt it for myself because I've been looking at it. I've been looking about things on the internet, like people doing videos on YouTube, such as Alex Yu for the Raging Nation. He hasn't really done anything spoilerish, but I've been following a lot of stuff from him, and I've also been looking at a lot of bullshit from a lot of bullshit stuff that Michael Bay's been releasing to purposely put people off from the truth. And I think what's happened is when I went to see it the first time, I was a bit in two minds whether I'd enjoy it or not because I wasn't overly that keen on the last two films, which was Revenge of the Fallen and Dark of the Moon. I didn't mind Dark of the Moon, but Revenge of the Fallen was awful, and Dark of the Moon I thought was okay, but it only had a few decent moments. The rest of the movie was quite drag. But then when I went to see this one, it did actually surprise me in many areas. But I wasn't too sure, and because of me not being too sure, that's why I haven't made a video or spoken about it since. So now I've seen it a second time. I really do want to talk about it. It's really made me want to talk about it, and yes. So I'm going to get straight into it, and I'm just going to talk about the human characters first of all. I'm just going to go really quickly into that. So, right, are these human characters in Age of Extinction better than Shia and Megan Fox and Rosie Huntington-Whiteley that was in Dark of the Moon, replacing of Megan Fox, replacing her Megan Fox. So Sam and Michaela are the new human characters better than Sam and Michaela? Let me just say this in a nutshell. Yes and no. I'm going to really be quite neutral with it. Yes, it was better on Mark Wahlberg's end, for definite. Mark Wahlberg was the best character in the movie. There was another character that was probably the second best character in the whole movie, human character, but unfortunately, I am going to say this because hopefully many people would have already seen the film by now, but I will warn you, this is a spoiler, definitely. If you don't want to know about it, then stop listening to this video now. I'm going to give you a few minutes to just move on, and then come back later. You gone? Yeah? Good. Right. So yes, the second, I think the second best character in the whole, human character in the whole movie was a side character, more or less comedy driven, that was in the very beginning, first 20 minutes of the movie, and he gets killed off by Lockdown, basically letting go this seed bomb type of thing that basically just completely destroys. I think it's a seed bomb, unless it was one of his grenades, maybe, I don't know. But he basically let one of his grenade things go, and Lockdown, basically he was late to run away. Obviously Matt Wahlberg, Tessa, and Shane, or whatever, basically their characters, they managed to survive, obviously. But he ended up being I felt it was actually quite near the knuckle for it well there. I actually really liked it. I thought it'd give it a very much of a diverse seriousness to the situation, actually seeing a human die in such a manner. And I thought his character was quite good. And when we was watching the movie, his character, when that happened, there was a few people behind us watching it, obviously watching the film, and I heard a lot of sighs and ahs around because they were so sorry to see that guy be killed off. And to be honest, I completely agree with that because he was probably the better of the comedy. I felt his comedy was more natural. I felt his character was more built upon from director and actor. I felt the writing and the script was a little bit more concrete compared to Tessa and Shane or whatever his name is. But Cade, I think he was definitely the stronger. Obviously, he is the main character, the main human, and he is a big movie star. And his parts, his script, his lines need to be probably the best in the movie because that's generally why he's getting paid the big bucks for. So yes, I think he really served that role well. I really didn't think. I thought Mark Wahlberg would do a good job from when he first got casted. I had no doubts about that. I've always admired him as an actor. I think he's very good. He's very diverse because obviously he did Ted, and I thought he was brilliant in Ted. And also he's an action star, so he's quite diverse in action and action and comedy. So he's a great casting in my opinion. But why I say no will obviously be quite obvious to some people. I wasn't overly keen on Tessa and her boyfriend Shane. I thought he was okay when he first came to the scene when he was in his souped up little car thing, where he did some pretty cool, where there was probably some of the best car stunts in the movie, especially when he takes out two of those armed Black Ops guys with just the wheels of his car. I thought that was actually quite cool. I think that's probably the best time, when he actually made his entrance properly, Shane. I thought that was probably the best entrance for him. But then the rest of the movie, I felt his role of the movie was quite shit. You know, the writing was quite lame. He was a lame character by the end of the movie. He did not do anything. It was all Mark Wahlberg, and I think that was purposely done because Michael Bay wanted Mark Wahlberg more screen time. So as Jack, I think it's Jack Rayner, I believe that's his real name, Jack Rayner. I believe because he's an upcoming star, he's not really done much major acting roles. This is probably his first major actual movie he's ever done in his career. And to be honest, I think because of that, and the same with Tessa, his daughter, the lass who plays her, I think because of her as well, I also think that, well, obviously she's a model, she isn't really an actress, really. And I think they purposely didn't give them as much script time and screen time or to say much, mainly because they were more or less upcoming stars. They wanted to just more or less have Mark Wahlberg the centre of attention, which was right because he was the main character, human anyway. Then I'm going to move on. I've said enough about that. Now I'm going to talk about robot interaction, which is a major thing for any Transformer fan or not. And I will definitely say the diverseness between the Autobots and Galvatron and Lockdown and the weird human-made copy drone bots, everything, I felt was very, very good. It was a much bigger improvement compared to the last 3 installments. Well, I'll say the last 2 because I think Age of Extinction and 2007 Transformers, I think it shares a very similar closeness in human and robot interaction and robot to robot interaction, because really I saw more 07 movie in Age of Extinction than Dark of the Moon. Definitely seeing it the second time, it definitely kind of filled that bracket for me. I really do. I mean, obviously the robots that was in Age of Extinction were, I've probably thought, the more diverse out of what they've ever had in the past movies. Optimus Prime in Age of Extinction was a much better Optimus Prime for Michael Bay's movies. He was still kind of Murder Prime, but the seriousness and the difference of the situation between Autobots and humans. The humans are now hunting the Autobots, and obviously Optimus Prime and, well, all the Autobots that are still surviving, they are very loose-minded. You know, do we kill humans now, or do we just hide? Which was originally what they were doing. They were hiding because they didn't want to hurt the humans. But when they're given the chance where they can't not hide, they have to fight for their lives this time. They're fighting for their lives, their very existence. And obviously Optimus wants to try and save the rest of the Autobots, obviously. And obviously you see him kill a human for the very first time. I don't know if it's probably the first time ever in the fiction of Transformers. I'm not sure if Optimus has ever killed a human. I really don't think he has, but if I'm wrong, I'm sure somebody will say so. But for me, it is definitely the first time seeing Optimus kill a human, where basically Casey Grammer, I believe his name is, a really great actor. I love Casey Grammer. I thought he was a very good human character after the main core cast. I really liked him. I thought he'd give again a big diverse difference of the bad guy. He was definitely a much better bloody bad guy compared to the guy in Dark of the Moon. I thought that was an absolute piece of shit. Just to be frank. But I thought Casey Grammer did bring a very good diverseness to it, and working alongside Lockdown, who was obviously a bounty hunter, is not Decepticon, which was great. I really liked that as well from Bay. I think Bay keeping him a bounty hunter was very, very good decision, because he is just a bounty hunter. He's not to any faction, which is a great thing. So I really liked the human and robot interaction as well, because it wasn't over the top. The robots had a lot more screen time, which is what the fans want. The only thing I don't like about the robots is I'm not overly keen on the transformation, the way the Galvatron and all that transform. I really felt that was quite a weird I mean, it looks cool. It looks kind of interesting of how they can mass change in such a way. It's pretty clever. But I just think for Transformers, I just don't think it works for me. I think that's the only one factor about Galvatron and Stinger and all them lot. I really don't like how they transform. They don't really transform, they kind of just mass shift, really. They don't just shift into different alt modes. And the idea behind it's clever, but I just don't really like. I personally don't like it. I would have liked it if they kept them where they could transform normally. That would have probably been much better. But hey ho, what can you do? Dinobots. I really liked them. I would have liked it if they spoke a little bit, at least just a little bit, just at least if Grimlock spoke. I don't really care about the other ones, as long as if Grimlock at least said something to Prime when he was battling him to try and so he could ride him into battle. I would have really liked it if he at least spoke a couple of words, because then I would have been very happy. I was happy that they did transform. I thought the robot modes and alt modes, or Dino modes were very good. I do actually like the Dinobots in the movie. They're quite cool. I like the battle scenes with the actual main core Autobot cast with the help and interaction of the Dinobots. I think the Dinobots really did give the movie a big dynamic difference. The only thing about I go back to the human characters. I'm not very happy with the guy who's in charge of, is it KSI? I believe that the main company behind the movie, making these drone bots. I didn't like him. I felt he was very annoying. I didn't like him at all. There was I think, was it Lei Bingbing, who was the female Chinese actress who was only in so many scenes. She was literally non-existent, and she was absolutely nothing to the movie. She should just not have been in the film altogether. She was just useless. That's not her fault. That's obviously Michael Bay's fault, or the scriptwriter. Yeah, she was kind of hopeless. She really did have nothing in the film. She had, no relevance whatsoever. And also the blonde lass as well, she had no relevance in the movie either. So those two characters were just non-existent, which was just ridiculous. And that is the main fault point of Michael Bay. He's not good at character development whatsoever. But other than those little niggly things, I enjoyed the movie immensely. I felt the robot-human interaction was good. I thought it was a decent balance. I also liked the robot-on-robot interaction and battles were very, very good, I thought, as well. A big improvement compared to Dark of the Moon's fight scenes and the rest of the movies. I felt the story in parts was very up and down, but I felt it did hold together quite well, and you kind of did grasp a little bit of what was going on, which was good. And then obviously the main thing is I'm very excited to see what's going to happen in the next ones. Are we going to see the Quintessons? Obviously the Quintessons were the ones that created the Cybertronian race. I believe so anyways. That would have been pretty cool if the Quintessons come into it in some way. Unless they were the Quintessons that you see at the very beginning of Age of Extinction, because they were like a Borg, like part human, part like alien and part mechanized. You just see this like mechanized organic hand touch a control panel in these spaceships at the beginning of the movie. And I'm wondering if that's just Michael Bay's way of making the Quintessons, making them more humanoid-like. I don't know. Unless that was just a normal alien species, I have no idea. But it would be cool if maybe, because obviously the Quintessons were the ones that created the Cybertronian race, unless it's different in any other fiction, but as long as I know, the Quintessons were the founders or the creators of the Cybertronian race. That'd be cool if they come into it, and also it'd be cool if maybe Unicron would come into it at some point in the future, because it seems to be leading to that kind of story as well. So we shall see. We have no idea what's going to happen in the fifth movie, even though there has been rumours of Shia and Megan Fox returning, which I believe is a complete load of shit, because the website that people got that info from is one of these bogus sites that just report on the things to just get people, just get the rumours started, kind of thing. But yes, I'm going to leave it now. I've spoken enough. I haven't gone into massive detail, but I've just spoken on what I felt of certain areas. For the movie itself, I just thought it was a hell of a lot better compared to the others. Thank you for listening or watching, whatever. Hope you enjoyed. I'll be back very soon with more videos, hopefully before Auto Assembly, and I'm going to try and get the partnership between myself and Sam. Let's get, you can see here Sam's and my little debate for the movie, what we like, the pros and cons between us for the podcast. So yes, so thank you very much. See you later and goodbye.